dab and blend, 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 blend. I love it. It smells so good. Does anybody else watch King of the Hill? It looks kind of like Pepto-Bismol, kind of, to be honest. Hate that product. This is gonna take a while. I'm sorry. Grab a snack. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashton, and I'm just trying to get it together. So here I am yet in another place. I'm sorry. I'm just changing up my background a little bit. Not really. I'm just moving rooms, let's be honest. This is where I normally do my makeup. It's not anything like mega professional or anything. It's just kind of my little setup, and it's my thing, you know. It's my little corner of the world, and I love it. So yeah, my little Amazon lights. Oh, let me look at what I'm doing. Anyway, so what we're gonna be doing today, and pardon my barely made face, I have on some like BB cream and a little bit of concealer, and that's, oh yeah, I do have on, since I'm right here, I do have on this Dominique Cosmetics lip gloss, and that's it. We're gonna be doing a declutter of my bronzer, highlighter, and blush drawer because it is unruly. It is extremely unruly at this point. So I'm not really sure how to go about this. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you like an aerial view of my drawer, and I'm gonna separate them from bronzers to highlighters to concealers, and then I'm gonna go through all of them. I'm gonna declutter some of them, and I'm gonna, like, I've done the same thing with my eyeshadows, and I'm just gonna let you know this. I'm not very good at decluttering, okay? This is more of a tour of my bronzers, my highlighters, and my blushes, because I'm not good at decluttering. I am a pack rat at heart. I am a huge pack rat. If I'm not like decluttering 90% of my stuff, trust me, like, I understand that I am the most, I am the biggest pack rat of them all. Like, my eyeshadow palette declutter was not much to write home about, but for me, it was major. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the group that I have the most of, which, drum roll please, we're not gonna drum roll. I have the most highlighters. Out of blush, bronzer, and highlighters, it's definitely highlighters. Like, I limited myself as far as bronzers are concerned because I have a very specific brand and type that I want. And I'll explain that later. Blush, I don't use a lot of blush, and I've just recently gotten more into blush, so I've expanded a little more, but until recently I had maybe 3 blushes. 4, 5 maybe? That went from 3 to 5 very quickly. But like, I say that because my drawer was full of so many things. I had very few blushes until recently, and then I was like, you know what? I like more blush, and so I've expanded more. Anyway, we're gonna start with highlighter first. And I'm gonna save palettes until last because I have some palettes that are just highlighter palettes, but most of mine encompass more of the face. So we'll get to that last. This is gonna take a while. I'm sorry. Grab a snack. All right, so first of all, we are gonna start with, this is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Highlighter in Flexitarian. I mean, there's no way on God's green earth that I would ever get rid of this highlighter. If you want to make it blinding, you can, and it's fantastic. Okay, you don't really swipe it like a Nike check, okay? But you can dot, 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 dot. Or if you want to make it less prominent, you can dab, 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 and blend, 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 blend with your beauty blender. Anyway, we're not talking about different techniques. We're just decluttering / giving a tour. I'm not getting rid of this. Next, I have the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Rose Gold. This was a TATI recommended highlighter, one of the best that I have. I would never get rid of this ever in a million years. This actually is from whenever I got my Ipsy bag, so it's pretty old. I haven't gotten an Ipsy bag in a hot minute. But it is a Ciate London. I guess it's a highlight. I put it in my highlight drawer, so I guess it's a highlight. It could be an eyeshadow, but to me it looks like a highlight. It's in the shade Moon Dust, and it's in a single that you could easily pop into a Z palette if you really wanted to. But to me that looks like a highlight. I don't know. I've used it before and it looks really pretty on the skin. I don't know, it might be an eyeshadow. I haven't used it in a while, but oh yeah, that's right. It's really pretty. Yeah, I forgot how pretty it was. I like Ciate. I think Ciate's great. I think they are slept on. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. I have to stop myself because we are 3 minutes in and I've talked about 2 products. And oh, that's not even my introduction. Great. Okay, this is also another Ipsy product. I have several Ipsy products here, and I haven't had Ipsy in forever. I've had BoxyCharm for a year, and there were several months that lagged between whenever I stopped Ipsy and started BoxyCharm. Anyway, okay, this is the Nomad Cosmetics Stockholm Illuminated Highlighting Powder in Midnight Sun. I adore this highlight. I think that this is very pretty. It's very reminiscent to me of a Becca highlight. I just think that it is very pretty. And I also need to caution myself against like swatching every single thing. I know beside the Ciate, it's like, wow, that looks pale. But I'm sorry, for a more subdued, everyday highlight look, this is more of what I would like. I'm sorry, this is what I have put in my everyday makeup bag and it looks gorgeous. I love it. I don't want this every day. This is what I want whenever I'm trying to stunt. Okay, not that I'm ever really trying to do that anymore because, you know, quarantine and, you know, I'm approaching 30 and I just don't really care. But like whenever I'm trying to show off, okay. But whenever it's like 99.99999% of the time, this is me. I'm gonna be honest. Next, we have another color pop. This is the Super Shock Cheek in Pearlized. This was I don't remember what collection, but it is so pretty. I mean, it is obviously a very pinky shade. It is, I mean, gorgeous. And I have the blush that goes with it. You'll see it later. It was in a little duo. Just fantastic. I'm not swatching all these. I can't let myself. But I'm gonna swatch the ones I haven't messed around with in a while. And I haven't messed around with those 2. This one I've used recently. I need to stop. Okay, this one I got from my friend Shadow. She decluttered it because she wasn't really a fan and I'm obsessed with it. So this is from Benefit and it's the What's Up in the shade, I guess, Soft Focus. Oh, it's Soft Focused Highlighter. And it's like a little stick highlighter shade. And I love this. I love it. When I run out of this, I'm probably gonna repurchase it. I am obsessed with it. I'm not getting rid of this. This is also an Ipsy. I love it. It's the Luna highlighter in Electra. I think it's gorgeous. It has like this pink shade to it. Sorry, I keep almost forgetting to show y'all this, so I'm gonna scoot up. So I don't get in my own little world of just thinking, ooh, I forgot about this. Wow. It's like, oh yeah, I'm talking to humans here. Look at that. Sorry, my little birthmarks right there. But look at that. That's gorgeous. It's a full-size highlighter. I'm thinking about going back to Ipsy. What y'all think? Okay, so I have 2 Laura Geller highlighters. One that I really liked and one that I didn't. I don't remember which one I liked and which one I didn't like. Okay, let's see if I can remember. Okay, this one is Diamond Dust and this one is Peach Glow. One of them I got at TJ Maxx, the other one was in BoxyCharm. So this one is Diamond Dust, this one is Peach Glow. Let's see which one I hate, because I feel like this one might like help me. I think it's the white one that I don't really like. God, I did that in the dumbest way possible. As if I could be any dumber. I think this pinky one, yeah, you can tell I've used it like a lot more. Okay, you can't tell there, but like up close, you can tell I've used it a lot more. Yeah, that's much prettier. But to be safe, I don't know. I guess I'll keep them both. Like, I do like an icy highlight, I really do, but this is gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna keep them both just to be sure, because I really don't know which one it was. Anyway, okay, so I know two that I'm gonna keep. I'm really not even, you know what, I am gonna open them because I'm obsessed with them. Okay, so we have the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighters. I'm gonna open the pink one. It's in Pink Rose. And oh my God, these highlighters are just killer. People are sleeping on these. Like, look at this highlighter next to those other ones. And I'm rubbing it in a little bit. Look at that. It makes everything else look stupid. I'm sorry. Everyone's sleeping on it. These are my favorite highlighters. These are my favorite everything. Anyway, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. Anyway, okay, so this was kind of a disappointment to me. This is the Laura Mercier Highlight 01 Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I got it at, good Lord, look how dusty that is. I got this at TJ Maxx. Now, I will say that it is very nice, and I'm just gonna brush it on like this because you really don't need any precision. I mean, it looks really nice like that. Honestly, it does. Because it's not icy, it's not very strong, yet it's pretty nice. Like, it really is. I'm gonna keep it for that reason, but it's not something that gives, it's not very punchy. That's what I'm looking for. It's not punchy, but I mean, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna keep it. I was slightly disappointed because it did not pack a punch, but yet it's pretty nice. So I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm gonna stop. This is stupid. Like, this is just so awful. This is the worst. Like, just look, you can tell. Okay, if I can get it open, that'd be wonderful. I got this at TJ Maxx. Look at the kick up. Look at all that powder. I mean, you would think that this is gonna be fantastic. You really would. I mean, we have so many arm swatches. Like, look at that. Oh, you would think it would be so nice, but guess what? All of that little iciness goes all over your face. Goodbye. Let's go on to another home. Hate that product because I can't handle that product. I tried that in my video. I'll link it down below. It's of the products that I really don't know about, and then I figured out by the end of that video that I hated that product, that it's awful. Okay, this is another Ipsy highlighter. This is the Baked DLS highlighter in the shade Bellini. It's pink. It looks kind of like Pepto-Bismol, kind of, to be honest. It's pretty. It really is. I don't know if it's anything to write home about. I'm kind of on the fence about it, but yet it's kind of got that baby pink sheen to it, so we're gonna put it in that IDK. I'll put it over here so y'all can look at it. I ain't getting rid of this. First of all, it was over $20. Second of all, no. First of all, I love it. Second of all, it was over $20. It's the Mary Luminizer highlighter from The Balm. I love it. It's perfect. It sets on your cheek perfectly. It does not accentuate your pores. It is perfect. I love it. One of my favorite highlighters. Oh my gosh. This is up there with Physicians Formula. The Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. This feels like, and this is in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. This feels like a high-end highlighter. Like, oh my God. I want to put it on. I do. And I can do that because I'm representing all my brushes. I'm gonna use my little mini brush. I mean, it's gorgeous. I have an entire video dedicated to this product and how it surprised me and how I was like, oh, what is this life? I don't know what this is. Oh, I got it on my chin. Crap. My chin is like oily and disgusting anyway. So, yeah. Oh, I'm keeping it, by the way. I'm obsessed with it. So, I have the Makeup Revolution Light and Glow Chocolate Bar Highlighter Powder Duo. Okay, so it has what looks like, I guess, maybe a blush topper and a highlighter. Sure. That looks pretty nice. That looks pretty nice, right? It just doesn't stick out in my collection. I've had it I don't think it even smells. I mean, that's not important to me. Obviously, it's not important at all. Oh God. But like, the packaging's very cute. It's very cute. But honestly, you know, it's got a cute little highlighty glow to it. But even if you put those two up against this stands out. These two look entirely too similar. I'm going to find this a new home. It's not bad, but I just don't think that it stands out against everything else in my collection. I don't. Whenever I put it on, I feel like it kind of just dissipates. Okay, this little thing impressed me. I got this. It's a little deluxe size. I got it at TJ Maxx. I was not expecting to be as happy and thrilled as I am, but I am. So this is the Becca highlighter in the shade Opal, and wow, I get why people like Becca highlighters. Oh my gosh, I love it. Like, to me, it's not the same. Wow, but they're actually very similar. These two, to me, look very similar. This is the Mary Luminizer. They look very similar. To me, they perform very similar. This is a much bigger pan, obviously, than this. I don't remember. I got this for very cheap. But I think when this, at the biggest size, this is well over 30 bucks, I want to say. But like, fantastic products. I was extremely impressed by, well, both of these on the same level. So, keeping them both. Okay, I'm a little on the fence about this one. This is the Milani Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder Afterglow. You know, I think it's nice. I really do. Oh yeah, it is. You know what? I need to try this again because I haven't worn it in a hot minute. We're putting her in the I don't know / need to try some more pile. Okay, next. Okay, this doesn't really even belong here, so I don't know why it's here, but we're gonna address her anyway. This is the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter. To me, I don't really use this as a highlight. I use it with like a big, like powder face brush. And what I do is after I put on like a foundation, after I do my blush bronzer, not my highlight, before I do my highlight, I take it and I go in and I just go over like all the high points of the face and even like some of the lower points. And it acts as like a blurring powder, yet a highlighter at the same point. I know that sounds weird, but I typically, unless I'm looking for a very summery look, if I'm looking for a summery look, I go all over the face basically. But if I'm just looking for a normal look, I just go here and there. Like the T-zone, basically. I know that's weird. I know that's weird because that's where I attract oil, but I kind of mattify through there, but then I add this to where it's like a glow, but not sweat or oil. And this just gives the most beautiful look. So I'm putting this in my like, not highlight, but powder drawer. That is fantastic, by the way. Never get rid of that. I will replace it when it's done. Okay, something that I'm never getting rid of is the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. This is fantastic, okay? Ofra highlighters, people know they're fantastic, but it's like, once you get that Rodeo Drive, it's just like, I mean, there are a few highlighters that really can compare. And I know that's one little swatcheroo, I get it. But once you use it on the face, you'll understand. If I hadn't screwed around with other stuff, why is that going all the way down here? I hadn't really, sorry. I don't know why my highlight is going all the way down to my nose, but there we go. That's a little better. Sorry. Anyway, I'm keeping this forever. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, it popped out of the pan. I don't know what to do. It popped out of the pan. Should I just go ahead and pop her into a Z palette? I feel like I probably should. Why wouldn't I, right? I'm just gonna put her back in there, but lightly. Yeah, okay. It's just lightly sitting in there. Okay, lightly. One of my very favorite highlighters that legitimately no one ever talks about. The Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter. I love this. I am obsessed with this. I hit pan on it. I love this highlighter. It is amazing. I got it in my BoxyCharm, and I think it was like one of my first BoxyCharms. It's not, if not the first one. Like, I love this highlighter. It's a jelly highlighter, which pushed me to putty highlighters, which is what pushed me to the ColourPop and the Physicians Formula highlighters, right? I'm obsessed with this. Like, it is just gorgeous. Like, you may not even understand, but just by a swatch, you can't. Even if you want like a blinding highlight, you could start with the putty highlight, which is what I do when I want a blinding one. You can start with the putty highlight, and then you can just like dab on some powder highlight, and bam, you got an icicle on your face. Or if you just want kind of like a very dim highlight, or just whatever, daily highlight, whatever it is, you can just put this baddie on there. And you can have, I mean, it's whatever you want with this highlight. Steve Laurent, and it's in the shade Cotton Candy. Obsessed, actually obsessed. It's fantastic. Obviously keeping it. It's like top 3 for me. Like, I'm obsessed. Actually, just a few left. Oh yeah, this is going downhill very quick. Okay, so we have the Ulta Beauty Face Highlight Color Stick. I really don't know how I feel about this. I think I'm gonna keep it because I really don't know how I feel about it. This Naked Skin Urban Decay Highlighting Fluid, I really don't know how I feel about that either. Like, there's a few things in here I don't know, but here are some things I do know. This Hard Candy Baked Blush, it says baked blush, but honey, this is not blush. You can't even see it. Like, this is going to either somebody else or wherever. And then this e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter. I cannot. This works with literally nothing. I mean, that looks pretty, right? In theory. But it also takes off any other makeup, I feel like, that you had on. And it just goes to nothingness. No, can't do it. I need to eliminate something. You know what? I don't like liquid highlighters, so I'm just gonna take this Urban Decay and I'm gonna declutter that. I'm gonna keep this little stick, because this Ulta Beauty highlighting stick, because you know what? It might be really good. Because when it was really nice. This little DLS highlighter, it might be fine. I don't know. And then this, I still don't know about, but I will keep it for now. So I decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4. I decluttered 5 highlighters for now. For now, I think that's pretty good. I'm a pack rat, okay? I'm trying. I don't know about these 3. The rest I genuinely love and appreciate. So I think I'm doing well. Okay, and we're back. Sorry, I had to take an intermission. So we're gonna move to blushes and bronzers. After that, we'll go to palettes. And gosh, I have a lot more of those than I even realized, FYI. So let's go to blushes first. First of all, we have the BH Cosmetics Vanilla Cream Truffle. It is a 4-color blush palette. I wanna say that this was $12 maybe. First of all, it smells amazing. Like, it's not important that a palette smells amazing, but it just adds to it, y'all. It just adds to it. And y'all know how I am with smells, like any kind of scent. This, oh, and since I'm here, I'm gonna show it to you. This is my little pot with Coty Airspun. It has my little clean up my contour sponge. has my Codier spun. It's what I call my grandma pot because it has the grandma smelling Codier spun. Anyway, here is my smelly blushes. They smell like vanilla cream, exactly what it says. They're fantastic. Like, I mean, they are amazing. Like, I will say that they do have, I want to say 4 different shade ranges for different skin tones. And they are wonderful. They blend wonderfully and they are pigmented, almost to an extent which I am uncomfortable with. I have to really, really blend. And that's something I had to really work with because blush is something that I was uncomfortable with for a very long time and I'm still a little uncomfortable with. But these are wonderful. They're not hard to work with. Don't like get that twisted at all. They're very pigmented. So you need to go with a light hand. So at first I wanted to go, I'm keeping this obviously. My most recent blush that I've acquired is a KYLIE blush. Oh my gosh, and this is in the shade We're Going Shopping. So this is a blush that my friend Kendall bought for me and for our friends. We're the Salty Bees. You can figure out what B stands for. We're also called the Snack Pack because we're a pack of snacks. Anyway, she is from @HeightsandHeelsStyle. You should follow her on Instagram. And she was in a video with me when we ranked KYLIE Cosmetics palettes. So you should take a look. Anyway, I had wanted one of these palettes anyway. And she gave us like a late Christmas present because we had a hard time getting together. And so whenever we finally got together, she's like, oh, I have Christmas presents. And we were like, what? Presents? Awesome. And so we got together and got some buxom lip glosses and some KYLIE Cosmetics palettes. I don't need to tell you stories about everything I have, but this was awesome. And this blush is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Like, I have, for whatever reason, a certain feeling about KYLIE Cosmetics anything. This is so good. Like, I had heard so many people say that it was good, that it was on my wish list anyway. Thank you, Kendall. Appreciate you. All right. Y'all know how I feel about Physicians Formula. Y'all really do, right? I can't do things today. This is terrible. I've got to get rid of it. I love you, Physicians Formula. It's like too much pigment does not blend. I can't, and it doesn't blend worth a crap, and it's not even, okay, the brush fell out, but it's not even like blending on my hand right now. Let me demonstrate, okay? Like I did it right there. Let me put it right here. All right? Let me just try to blend it out. See how it's just staying there? Like it's becoming less, but it's just staying in that same. Like even if you take this is a kind of crappy blush brush, but I'm sorry, Physicians Formula, I really am, but that blush is terrible. Terrible. Also this blush is terrible. Oh my god. It's the Physicians Formula pH Matchmaker. They have other good blushes, trust, okay? Now this packaging is on point, hunty. Like look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at that. Oh, look at that, yes. But the blush ain't it, sis. It's got that same kind of thing. I think it's supposed to like fit with your pH or something. I just don't know. It's got the same issues. I can't. Like it, Physicians Formula, y'all know how I feel about you. I can't with those products. They are just not my cup of tea. They're not my cup of tea. Let's go positive for a minute. these two are very similar. I don't know if you watch Emily Noel. You should, because she's fantastic. She has given me a new love for CoverGirl blushes. Like, I know whenever I was younger, I wanted to buy them because I was like, ooh, they're cheap and I've heard they're good. You know, I've always wanted to buy them, but it's like she has renewed this love for me. So I have here the CoverGirl Instant Cheekbones. You have some blushes and then you have a highlighter on the end. And it is gorgeous. Oh my God. Like, oh, I love to take my blush brush. And this is gonna sound strange, so let me explain. Here's a blush brush. I love to take my blush brush and dip this way and go and then turn it and then so everything is equally distributed. But I don't like dip really hard into it because it's so pigmented, but not too pigmented to where it's hard to work with. Not saying if something is too pigmented that it's hard to work with, but it's so easy to work with. I mean, it just really is. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But anyways, and then you have this like kind of highlighter shade. It's not like the most like icy, easy to work with highlight, right? But if you incorporate it into this blush, it's fantastic. Now, going along with that is this blush. It's in Soft Sable. It looks really dark for my skin tone. However, if you kind of lightly go over it and then it's gorgeous. I can't wait to use it for the fall. And this is coming from Emily Noel. Like, she knows what she is talking about, and these are gorgeous. Anyway, I'm keeping these. They're fantastic. I want to get more CoverGirl blushes. She knows what she's talking about. I'm just waiting for them to be on sale or something. Okay, so this is a Ciate London. I like Ciate. I really do. I want more and more. I want more of their products. This was from BoxyCharm. This is the Ciate London Marbled Light Dusk Blush. And it's like it's a marbled blush, right? It is so pretty. You have a little bit of shimmer in it, but not like too much. It's just very pretty, yet very natural. I love it. I'm keeping it. Okay. Okay, so here we have a Too Faced. I don't know where I got this. Too Faced Love Flush Long Lasting 16-Hour Blush. I think it's like a sample of some sort, maybe from an Ipsy. I don't know. I'm getting rid of this because I didn't like it. The shade didn't go well for me, and I didn't like it at all. It didn't blend well. I'm getting rid of it. And that's all. This is a Kaleidos Cosmetics Skin Blush. This right here, I really liked. It's a very shimmery blush, but it just gives like a natural tint to the skin. It's not like it's not like it's glittery or anything. It's not like a glittery blush. You're not gonna get that. But it's very, it's natural looking. You look like you're awake. You look like you've been out in the sun, but you're not like sun fried or any of that. I think it's really pretty. I like it a lot. Yeah, like you can see there that it's not like, it's really pretty. I like this a lot. Keeping it. This is what I was talking about earlier. It went with that highlighter that I had earlier. It is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheap in the shade Prenup. And this is the blush. Now, I will say that this is not my favorite ColourPop product. Their blushes are, I'm not gonna say they're my favorite ColourPop product. By a long shot. Is it bad? No, I think they're good, but ColourPop, I think they excel at other things. But blushes, this formula right here, the Super Shock Cheek, I don't really know if that's their forte. It's pretty though. I mean, it really is. It's pretty, but is it my favorite? No. Will I keep it? Yes, because I like it, but it's not my favorite. Okay, 2 more. This is probably my favorite blush of all time. Probably. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. Look at it. I mean, it is blushy. It has shimmer in it. You can build it up. It is not too pigmented to where you're like, oh God, oh God, oh God. It is fantastic. I love it. I will never get rid of this. I will use it until the end of time, until they stop making it. I love it. The last one, this is the NARS Super Blush. Super O word. This is the NARS blush that has sparkles in it, right? Yeah, there's a catch. But what's interesting is whenever you use it, the sparkles are not that big of a factor. Well, you can't really tell by that. Like, it's not that big of a factor. You can't really tell by that swatch. You get like 1 or 2 sparkles on your cheeks and you can just kind of go boop, boop, and knock them off and you have blush. And it's fantastic. I love it. I'm keeping this 100%. I got it for like cheap at TJ Maxx, so I'm keeping it. All right, so as far as blushes go, I kept 9 and got rid of 3, so that's better than I thought. Okay, so let's move to bronzers and contour, whatever. I look significantly different than when I started. I'm a lot more shiny. I'm sorry. I probably look a little odd. So I'm gonna watch this back and be like, why, Ashton? Anyway, okay, so first of all, we have this Wet n Wild Mega. You know what I about said. Does anybody else watch King of the Hill where he says Megalomart, where they go shopping? Megalomart. Mega Glow Contouring Palette. I'm keeping this because this shade over here, it's like if I just barely dip, it's perfect. But if I get like one little tiny bit too much, I'm way too over. So it's fantastic. This right here is really good if I have contoured too much and I can like fix my mistakes. This is very, very cheap and very good. And it fits a lot of skin tones, so it's really good. I found this. It's a sample of something. I think it's a pretty vulgar contour. It's a pretty vulgar concealer. That's what it is. It's a pretty vulgar concealer. That's what it is. And I was saving it to use as a contour. Anyway. Okay, this is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Soleil bronzer, and I actually got this at TJ Maxx for like $5, right? And oh, it smells so good. And it's really nice. Now it has quite a few sparklies in it, but for the summertime, it's very pretty. For the winter time, I probably wouldn't use it, and I'm not even that kind of person who cares, but like, this is even a little much for the winter time, to be honest. For this, I have to go really, really light-handed because it is very pigmented. I'm keeping it though. Oh man, this is my first bronzer. It's old, like probably 4 years old, but I'm keeping it because, yeah, it's not going on my eyes, so I don't feel like I'm gonna get sty or anything. But this is a Physicians Formula bronzer, and it's very old. Like it's the first bronzer I ever used, and I'm just I'm keeping it for like sentimentality. Is that a word? I'm keeping it because I'm sentimental. I'm really not gonna use it, but I'm keeping it because I'm sentimental, because that's the first trip that I went on without my dog Jessie, and I was like sad because I missed Jessie. And anyway, I'm sentimental about it. I don't know. It's the first bronzer, and I missed Jessie, and I don't know. I'm keeping it for that reason. Y'all can tell me I'm weird or tell me I'm not weird, but I don't care either way. Okay, so this is the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in the shade 100. 100% keeping this because it is a cool tone bronzer, which is quite hard to find. It's hard to find a cool tone bronzer that's any good. gonna be honest. So this is really good. It's something you can really build up a lot and you can blend out really well. So I like this a lot. This Ulta Apricot Blush Yellow Diamond Highlighter Duo. I don't know when I've used this last. I'm getting rid of that. I've gotten rid of something. Yay! Yeah, I'm not getting rid of the rest of this, so that's the thing. Just spoiler alert. The rest of my bronzers anyway. This is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Sculpting Bronzer. Oh my gosh, I had never tried a cream bronzer before. This is amazing. And this, I accidentally got the darker shade. I ordered it online, okay? This was at the beginning of quarantine. I'm sorry, I love this sound. I love this feeling. I don't know why, I really don't. And I don't know why my highlight is all the way down here either. Whatever, I wasn't really applying it with much accuracy, whatever, anyway. I accidentally got the darker shade, so I have to go really lightly because I am very, 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 very pasty white. And so I have to go very lightly, even to the point where I take, where's the brush? Here it is. I take this brush right here, and I'll show you my method because it has to be this method. And I swipe it with this. Like I swipe it and then because I can't just go because I didn't get the right shade and I will mess up, and I didn't want to throw this away. I didn't, you know, it's really good. It's not Physicians Formula fault that I picked the wrong shade. Anyway, I'm dumb. So next we have the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Dolce. This is really good. It has like a little bit of a shimmer to it. Not a whole heck of a lot, but just enough that's perfect for the summer. You can't really see it a whole lot, but that's okay because it's a bronzer. I love it. I think it's perfect. And then my very last, my favorite bronzer ever. It was life-changing, and y'all know what this is. I mean, it's everybody's favorite bronzer. I feel like it should be. The Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. It changed my life. Oh Lord, it has a hole in it. Why does it have a hole? It's the perfect shade for me. Light. It has a great scent to it. It smells like coconuts and wonderful deliciousness. I love this bronzer. It's fantastic. I got rid of 1 and kept 7. I don't really count this. It's a sampler. Y'all, I've had to film this in about 17 parts, so here's some more lip gloss adding. It's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Oil. This was all neat over here, which is difficult for me because neat is not what comes naturally to me. Some people come on here and everything's organized. That's not me. It's very difficult. We're gonna talk about palettes right now. Okay, let's start with the newest one. This is the Physicians Formula Rosé All Day and Exterior Glam palette. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to depot the absolute crap out of this because this is very thick and very bulky. Even though the packaging, look how glamorous and gorgeous. I just wish it was flat because this is gorgeous, but it's so thick and bulky. I just can't fit that. Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this scent out, which I tried it before. I'm gonna put it over here with my scents. I have a little tray with my perfumes on it. I love it. And then I have my little lip over here. I'm gonna put it in my little lip drawer. Oh gosh, I'm just messing everything up. So I'm gonna depot the crap out of this. Oh my God, I love this scent. Anyway, oh God, I'm keeping every bit of this. I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm keeping this. I am obsessed with it. This is the Benefit CHEEKSTARS Reunion Tour. I need to scoot up. I feel like I'm super far away from you. But this is the Benefit CHEEKSTARS Reunion Tour. Not cheek leaders. That was something that I thought about getting, but this was newer and I'm so glad I got it because you got the cookie highlighter, you got the Hula bronzer, Georgia, Dallas, and I think Sugar Bomb. Sugar Bomb. I wanted to say sunflower and Sugar Bomb at the same time and it came out as anyway. So I am obsessed with this palette. I love this face palette. I'm keeping it forever. I'm not gonna depot it because there's no point. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It smells great. I'm obsessed. Okay, this right here I kind of struggled with for a minute. This is the Makeup Revolution Radiance palette. This was something that, first of all, it's a little bit of a dusty mess, but it is pretty nice to like add, and my friend Shadow gave me this idea. It is pretty nice to add a natural glow to your face. And I know this sounds really weird, but if you're doing no makeup, which is kind of what I'm doing today, even though I have like highlight and bronzer, no, excuse me, highlight and blush on, I'm gonna keep this because I'm still playing around with it. But I think if you're doing like a natural look, this is a really good addition to that. Eventually I'll give it to somebody else or I'll throw it away, but I think right now I really like it. I've used a lot of it. I like this. Okay, so next we have the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. I got this in hopes that it would be similar to the Hourglass Ambient Powders, which I have been on the forever search for a dupe of those. They are $64, I do believe, and I just don't want to spend that. But as you can tell, I have broken into these and I have tried very hard. I don't know if I'm like fully convinced about this. I think I need to give it some more time. I really do. I think I need to give it some more time because I used this about a year ago and I feel like I formed an opinion, but it wasn't strong enough for me to say, hey Ashton, this is wonderful. I'm gonna try it again, and then if I declutter it, then I will. If I don't, I won't. I don't know. I'm just kind of on the fence about this. I don't know. Anyway, okay, next I have the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. I got this actually with my Ulta Rewards points, and so that was awesome. Here you have 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and 2 highlights. Okay. I erase everything I said about a scent from anything else. This is the most amazing smell from a makeup product that you could ever have, even from the butter bronzer. Like, the most amazing smell. It's like a cinnamon roll, a birthday cake, and oh my god, I don't know what they did, but it's just the most amazing smell that you can have, I would comfortably say. A close second is butter bronzer. But anyways, like, these highlights are very good. These blushes are good. This one I like a lot better. This one adds pigment and then you can really buff it out with this one. Wait a second. This bronzer is good. This one I do not like at all. Like, it's just not my, no thank you. Anyway, I'm keeping this. I like it a lot. Let's see what's next. Okay, so I've had this for a long time, but I love it and I'm keeping it for as long as I want to. It is a holiday from like almost 2 years ago, butter bronzer, or excuse me, Physicians Formula Butter Collection palette. It's light medium, and it did have a butter, yeah, it had this little spray in it. I haven't used much of it because it's not my favorite spray ever. I will say that much. But it has a butter bronzer that I love. It has a butter blush that I love. It has this butter highlighter that I love. And then it has this highlighter. It's in Galactic, that if you use it as like a highlighter, it's gonna be icy beyond belief. Like, it, oh my god, oh my gosh. They will see you from 20 miles away. But it's really good here as well. But anyway, fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite products that I've ever gotten before. Thank you, Natalie, for picking this up for me. Appreciate you. This is one of my favorite products that I've ever ever gotten before. I love it. Okay, next I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit. This, oh, I actually have the price tag right here. I got it for $24.99 at TJ Maxx. And I have here several highlighters. So I have some purple, it looks like a little bit of a yellowish orange, blue, a greenish tint, kind of orange, and then a white that's a Luna. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I may get rid of it because I just don't use it that much. I mean, an Anastasia highlighter is tempting, but do I use it a lot? Not really. It always looks good, but I really don't use it that much. Okay, this BH Cosmetics highlighting palette is really nice. It really is. It looks really good. I like it a lot. Is it my favorite highlighting formula? No. There are a lot of powder highlighting formulas that I like better, but this one's really good. I got it on sale for, I think, like 10 or 15. It's one of the two. I'm on the fence about this one too. Okay, this was my first highlighter, and I got it as a palette. My friend Nikki, hey girl, she got it for me, and this was, okay, this right here, this highlighter, it is the BH Cosmetics and KYLIE Bible, not the deluxe palette, but like her other palette, the deluxe one, like I didn't see other ones that I would really use that much. This has the stuff that I would use in a compact palette, and honey, I used the absolute crap out of it. This highlighter I almost hit pan in, and for me at that time in my life, I really wasn't wearing a lot of makeup, and for me even now, I'm not wearing it every day. Obviously we're in quarantine, but even in my normal everyday life, I'm not wearing it every single day because gosh, I'm lazy. But to wear a full face of makeup to where you need highlight, that takes a lot. Like, it really does. But for me to almost hit pan there, this was a good highlight. And I would use these as eyeshadow shades and even these. But this right here, oh my gosh, that is what like awakened my spirit for highlights. Like this right here, I'm probably gonna keep it because it was my first highlighter palette. I'm probably gonna keep it. I mean, that was my first. So I'm gonna freaking keep it. All right, this I'm definitely keeping. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. I got it for $18.99 at TJ Maxx because I'm a TJ girl. Yeah, you get a lot of really good contour shades. If you want to, you can pop this out into a Z palette. So if I wanted to, I could take my #1 shade. Please don't let me screw this up. Here we go. My #1 shade is this fawn shade. Fawn? Yeah, good. This fawn shade, I can just pop this into a Z palette and keep on my merry way. However, these other shades have saved me in other ways completely. This banana shade has saved me before. This shade has saved me, I don't know how many times. I don't even know what shade this is. Vanilla. This has saved me under the eyes. This has saved me blending here, here, and here. I mean, it has saved me in eye looks. I mean, this palette right here does not go old. Okay, yes, it has a 12-month expiration date, but like for me, like I would repurchase this. Like, look, I mean, it is beat up. It really is. But this fawn shade for me, like that is my contour shade. That is the perfect contour shade for me. It is amazing. I had some of these in my last declutter. And so these are some of the Sephora. These were part of like a gift set maybe. And my friend Shannon got them for me. God, they were so good. Like, I mean, they were just so good. Like these blushes, you mix them together and they're perfect. And the eye, okay, this is probably bass backwards, okay? Completely bass backwards. I didn't feel comfortable using those around my eyes. I'm gonna be completely honest. But I kind of want to use these as a blush because, I mean, they're so pretty as a blush. Like, honestly, if you mix them together, they're gorgeous, right? But I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter them. This Happy shade is a really gorgeous color as well. And then this Coquette shade, I mean, they're gorgeous shades. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this because unfortunately it is expired. This is the Contour and Highlight shade. Palette. I didn't use this one as much. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't use this one as much. Okay, Ashton, let's get it together. This blush and luminizer by far is the one I use the most because, I mean, it just, every shade was a hit. Every single one was a hit. You know what? Actually, I'm saving this. If it's expired, whatever. I'm saving this. I love it. I love that palette. It's fantastic. I'm gonna declutter this because I don't really need it, but I'm saving that other one. I haven't broken out from it and I'm gonna save it. And that's probably terrible. Do as I say, not as I do. I really like it and I might decide by the end of this video or by like tomorrow that I need to declutter it. But like, I'm gonna save it for now. We're gonna buzz through the rest of this pretty quickly. This is a Z palette that I made. Everything in here is Wet n Wild. This was a lavender blush. God. Highlighter. Love it. Live for it. Die for it. It's adorable. This I want to say was around like Game of Thrones era. Like very nice. Highlighter, love it. Blush. This was given to me by Natalie. Hey girl. Yes, still got it. Love it. You have to use a very light hand with it. I mean, like, who can actually just, I mean, like that's a lot. You have to use a very light hand with that, and I want to say one of these is better than the other. I had both of these, and one of these is much better than the other. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this one's nice and buttery. I think that's Precious Petals, I want to say. Anyway, fantastic, right? I'm going to be doing some major depotting here soon, by the way. Oh, I'm keeping this. This is my travel palette. This is the Physicians Formula Maru by Tarte Face Palette. I don't think you can buy this anymore. It's broken. Look, there's a crack. I gotta press it down because this will never die. That is my face in a palette. I'm keeping it forever and ever. Like, it's my face in a palette. $9.99. It is cheap. It is efficient. It is Physicians Formula. It is my face in a palette. I got it last year. Last year at what you call it? Black Friday. It wasn't on sale or anything, but I was at Black Friday picking something up and I was like, ooh, I see this. I need this. And so I got it. All right, a couple more things. We're almost done. Oh my God, we're almost done. Okay, we have the Wander Beauty Trip for Two. This is a duo. It has blush and bronzer. I'm not getting rid of this. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I think it's really pretty. But people were like griping about it. And I was like, really? Why? Like, it's so gorgeous. It's like it almost, this Costa Ray almost borderlines upon cool tone. I don't know. I love it. And then this like Bellini shade almost has like a shimmer. I don't know. I live for it. I love this so much. It came from BoxyCharm. I love it. Okay, two more. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Collection with WEYLIE HOANG. And oh my God, is it not gorgeous? I had a coupon, so this was like $10 for me. And it's all butter formula. Like, I was gonna say butter wait, it's butter highlight, butter blush, and butter bronzer. Basically, the only thing I really can't use is this deep bronzer, and that's it. Everything else, oh my God, I love it. It smells so good, and it's perfect. Perfect. I am obsessed with this. I would never get rid of it. It's perfect. I love Physicians Formula. And the last thing, ladies and gents, is this new little dealio, which was not in my little aerial view. By the way, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's this little dealio I got from Tarte. It has, ready, a blush, a highlight, and a bronzer. And I love all of them. I love the blushes the most and the highlight. And then the bronzer is pretty good, but not my favorite. I'm obsessed. I'm legitimately obsessed. I love it. Would I get rid of it? Absolutely not. I just bought it. Second of all, first of all, it's so good. All right, and that is it. That is it. So, ladies and gentlemen, so you have it. Yeah, let's see. This was full of technical difficulties. I just want you all to know it was full of technical difficulties. We got rid of, oh my gosh, not enough. Actually, not enough. Okay. Got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. In that drawer, I got rid of 10 things, which basically is nothing. That's better than when we started. I'm sorry. I am a self-admitted pack rat, which is fine. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to all of this. Now you know what I'm working with, which is like way more than I ever really thought I would be working with. I'm gonna depot some stuff and have a good time, and it's gonna be great. But just know that I don't know if I could ever use all of this, so I'm gonna continue to declutter. I wanted to film this like tour of the products that I had / declutter to be like, Ashton, what are you doing? Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there are any of these products that you really are a fan of. If there's anything that I decluttered that you are a big fan of, tell me what you think. If you agree, also tell me what you think. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's at Ash Gets It Together. That's it for today's video. See y'all next time. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea.